everyone, today I'm super excited because I'm doing a happy mail video. So Schmincke has kindly sent me 9 tubes of these beautiful 15 milliliters Schmincke Horadam watercolors, and I am going to swatch them out today, and I'm going to use my Jackson's Quill Brush 10-0. The writing is starting to come off because I'm using it so much. And for the paper I'm going to go for the rough because the watercolors look so beautiful on this paper. If you watch this video about the greens, you know how good the watercolors look. This is the Caddy Papers 210 GSM rough. Now the sketchbook itself is like a super long landscape shape, and I'm not really using it for any landscapes, and so I thought I'll just start swatching things out because I really like the paper. For the palette, because I don't have a palette right now that is clean and ready for me to be used, I'm going to use the Hobbycraft Value Crafts Tear Off palette. You get 25 sheets and they're really good because I kind of keep my watercolors on this, and then sometimes when I have little bits left, I don't throw them away. I keep them on my desk and I use it for my small illustrations in the Tamoy River inserts. So I'm going to use this for my palette, squeeze all of the 9 colors, and then we're going to swatch them with some music on, and then we're going to come back and look at them. Now I'm going to do like a series which is talking about a watercolor specifically. So I'm going to swatch out watercolor, and I think I already done a video on the Daniel Smith Green Appetite Genuine, so have a look. That was the first episode, and then there will be a lot more like this where I'm going to be using watercolor tubes and looking into the transparency, the granulation, the pigments, etc, etc. So there will be more detailed video on every one of these colors. However, for today I'm just going to swatch them out, and that's it. So I just wanted to tell you before I start, so the lemon yellow, magenta, and which one, Perylene green I already have. So 3 colors out of these 9 I have, and I'm happy to have them again because they're my sort of mostly used colors, so especially these 2 in the Schmincke palette. So the lemon yellow and magenta. But for the Perylene green, it's such a beautiful color for when you're doing botanical art, or in general just painting flowers, because it's a very beautiful color. Also it's great for urban sketching or any type of sketching for shadows, so that's fantastic. The other colors are, which I'm very excited about, yellow raw ochre. So this is supposed to be a semi-transparent color. The yellow ochre that I have from Schmincke is a sort of opaque color, so I'm really excited to try that one out as well. Madder Red Dark, and then we have Cobalt Violet Hue, we have Ultramarine Blue, Chromium Oxide Green. This is actually a watercolor that I was thinking to order at one point and then decided not to because it is supposed to be opaque, but I think it's super granulating if I'm not mistaken. So the oxide watercolors tend to be very interesting to work with, so I'm excited to actually try it as well. And finally Mars Black. Now I'm not very familiar with blacks, because there seem to be a variety of different blacks, so I'm going to swatch out this one and see how I mean, it's supposed to be opaque, so I would assume it's quite intense. So let's go ahead. Oh yeah, I have seen someone recently, oh I know where, So here it is. So this is the book I'm talking about, and I've done a full review, so have a look. So here's the phthalo turquoise with Mars black, and I remember when I saw it, the black kind of grabbed my attention because I thought I never used a Mars black before. So yes, really excited to try that. So anyways, let's start. I wanted to show you a couple of things. So basically, just to compare it, this is different paper. This is my 48 half pan Schmincke set, Schmincke Horadam of course, and the swatch card is on Arches rough paper. So both of these are rough. This is 300 GSM, this is 210 GSM. However, they're of course different papers, so they might look different, but I just wanted to show you, regardless of that, what the yellow ochre looks on my swatch card and the yellow raw ochre. So this is them two, just to compare. Then the for instance, this one, Madder Red Dark, here is Rose Madder, or Ruby Red Deep next to it. And let's have a look. Then we have Cobalt Violet Hue, which is a color between them two, I would say, magnesium, manganese violet and ultramarine violet. So it's sort of like a mix of them two. Similar color, it's quite granulating. Ultramarine blue, so my ultramarine finest is right here, and here is the ultramarine blue. So the finest seems to be a cooler toned and the blue seems to be a warm toned, but like I said, keep in mind that these are different papers. The chromium oxide green is actually quite interesting. Although it's quite opaque, I do like it as a color for foliage and green, so I'm going to enjoy that. Here's, for instance, Perylene green, which I already have, so it comes out a bit deeper on the arches. Magenta that I also have, here's magenta, actually very close, not much difference, and the lemon yellow is the same. Mars black, now that's interesting because the other black I have in my palette is the ivory black, and it is a lot blacker. This one, to my surprise, is actually very light. It's more of a grey color, although it's supposed to be opaque. It's very kind of like a light black, so it is probably great for mixing with other colors to tone them slightly down, but without making them quite dark. So yeah, really excited about these. Like I said, there is going to be in-depth review of all of them separately. Before I go, I wanted just to tell you without doing the transparency test on my own, what the information is on the tube. So these three colors are supposed to be opaque, and then let's see, the only transparent is the Cobalt Violet Hue, and then the rest, which are these four and the Ultramarine blue, are supposed to be semi-transparent. I also want to try and show you what mixes I would get with these primary colors. So the lemon yellow, ultramarine blue and madder red dark. Alright, so that is it.